What is going on, guys? EK1 Gaming here, and welcome back to another location changing video. In today's video, we're going to be showing you Aimlab's Moby Go, and this is a great piece of software for games such as Pokemon Go, Jurassic World Alive, and anything that you want to just change your location, get away, and get to somewhere which is more populated. Now, this is a free download, which is a trial only, and of course, then there's a paid version. We're going to be showing you the paid version today. It's absolutely fantastic if you want to catch those regional Pokemon, for example, or you just want to use a joystick and walk around your local area. With all that being said, if you do enjoy today's video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's get into showing you exactly how to get this software and how to use it. So to download Aimlab Moby Go, just go ahead and follow the link in the description. Now, what this piece of software does, well, you can teleport your iPhone and Android's GPS location to anywhere in the world. It works with all location-based apps. We're going to show you on Pokemon Go. That's probably the most common, but it does work on other games like Jurassic World Alive, even Facebook, Snapchat, Tinder. Anywhere you want to change your location to fool your friends, you can do so. You can also import GPX files, which is like routes that you can save and import from different pieces of software. And then it simulates more natural movement with the joystick as well, which is probably one of the most popular functions. And all iOS and Android versions, including the latest ones, are compatible. You can also do this wirelessly via Wi-Fi, so you don't have to keep your phone plugged in. It's also available on Windows and of course Mac, and there is a free trial which is limited to a certain amount of moves, but you will need to buy it if you want the full functions. Go ahead and check out the pricing structure in the link in the description. So once you've downloaded the software, all you're going to want to do is open up Moby Go, and then when you come to this screen here, it's going to say, are you aware of the disclaimer? Now, the disclaimer basically means you can get banned for using software like this, so don't overuse the software. Be sure to stick to the cooldowns. Now, we're going to touch on that later, but I do have a dedicated video on my channel to do with cooldowns, so go ahead and watch that first. If you find yourself not being able to catch Pokemon or spin stops, that is 99% going to be the reason. We also have a Discord server to help you guys out, and there's Pokemon chat, there's best places to spoof, spoofing help, and of course trade zone, friend zones, and we have a live 100 IV coordinate section which gives you all the coordinates to every 100 IV Pokemon in the area. Now, once you've read the disclaimer or agreed to the disclaimer, all you're going to press is the tick button here, and then you're going to click get started. There's two ways you can get started. The first one is Wi-Fi, so this is going to be based on not plugging your phone into the computer. However, if this is the first time you've used the software, for the first time only, you will have to use USB first, okay? And then you can use the Wi-Fi after. So just connect once, come back out and use Wi-Fi. It does tell you at the bottom here as well. Today, we're going to go for Wi-Fi. We are plugged in, but we're going to go for Wi-Fi anyway, just to show you guys that it does work. It's then going to put you in a location. It doesn't necessarily mean that this is your location. This is quite far from where I live. I live up here, this area. So this location here, I don't even know where this is. It's near underground somewhere in the middle of a park. I don't live in a cemetery. Hopefully, I'm not going to be in a cemetery for a little while. But this is what it's going to look like when it opens up. So when we're here, you can, of course, see that we've got Pokemon Go open on our screen. We're sharing that screen for you right there. So the first thing you're probably going to want to do is actually move somewhere a little bit more populated, because this area is not great. So what you can do is type in here, the top left bar, you can type in either the name of a location or the coordinates. Again, we have the best coordinates on our Discord server, so go ahead and join that. Today, I'm going to show you Zaragoza. So once you've teleported, of course, you're going to see around now, it might be a little bit more lively here. Zaragoza used to be full of Pokestops, like ridiculous amounts. There are some areas that still are, but it has been lessened a little bit, if that's even a word, lessened. However, so when we're here, what do you want to do? Of course, we want to go around and we want to kind of spin some stops. You would have noticed that there's a 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 up here. This is your cooldown. So if you haven't played the game for the 2 hours and you haven't done any actions, by actions I mean spin a stop, catch a Pokemon, throw a berry, open up a gift or anything like that, then this should be at 0 for you. If it's at like 2 hours, then you need to wait your 2 hours. Basically, if we teleport somewhere else now, it will come up with a timer at which you have to wait before doing any actions. So it gives you a helping hand on the cooldown, so you can't go wrong really, because you just stick to that number there. Now, when we're here, of course, we're going to use this joystick, which is at the bottom here. This is the most popular way to move around. But at first, you're going to select your speed that you want to go at. Now, for the speed, I wouldn't go, if you want to hatch eggs, I wouldn't go any more than like 14 or 15. So I stick it to around 13 odd, maybe a little bit more than that. It depends what I'm trying to do. Realistic mode, always make sure that is on. Now the realistic mode, the moving speed will vary randomly. So it will like speed up, slow down to make it like you are actually moving. And then when we get into the 2-spot and the multi-spot later on, we'll show you what realistic mode does then as well. It really does help with those two functions. So now what we're going to do is just basically walk. So you can either just click the button here, or you can drag it to a way that you want to face, and then just click the play bit. So as you can see now, he's just auto. I'm not even clicking the button. He's just going to auto walk. Now, the dangers of this are, of course, you're walking across buildings. You're walking across water if you are near water. You can walk across anything. This is the danger. Try and stick as much as possible to the actual roads and paths. So now we're going to talk about the one-stop mode. So you click on one-stop mode and say we want to go to Sentinel Cafe. I don't know where that is, but if you want to go to it, click on it and then click move here. Make sure realistic mode's selected. How much do you want it to redo it? How many times do you want it to repeat? Do you want it to keep going back and forward? How many times do you want it to walk there? So do you want 10 times, 100 times? It's completely up to you. Click start. And what it's going to do, if you've noticed here, it's picked the actual paths. This is where realistic mode really comes in. Meaning you're not walking across buildings, you're not walking across water. You are walking an exact route that you would walk in real life to get to that location. Now, I'm not pressing anything on the screen, but as you go past, you can, of course, go to the stops. There we go. We've spun a stop. And you can also catch Pokemon here. So I'm going to try and quickly catch a Pokemon for you. Oh, that was the worst throw ever. It's very hard to do it while I'm recording, but basically you can catch Pokemon, spin stops, you can put Pokemon in gyms, but what will happen is in the background of you catching this Pokemon, you'll see in just a second, that it actually carries on walking. So the bad thing about it is you probably have to stop and start if you are going to catch, because see how fast he walked there? So that could flag as, well, how are you walking and catching the Pokemon at the same time? But just be careful with it. Just make sure that you stick to those cooldowns. And of course, you're walking on those streets. So now if we're finished doing the one spot movement, you can click on this button here, pause it, cross it off, quit that. So that's just going to quit the actual movement. Then we're going to go into multi-spot. Very similar. So basically what this is going to do is going to allow us to move to multiple places. So we can click here, 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 and then back to where we started. If you click move now with realistic mode started, distance between the start and the end point is less than 50 meters. Do you want to close the path? Yes, because that makes it a loop for us. So it just puts it as a dead loop. We're going to loop around 30 times and then click start. Now, what you're going to notice here is it does not select the correct paths and routes for you. It's very difficult for it to do this. So how to prevent this is basically by clicking pause, closing that down. When you're selecting your multi-spot, literally just select the routes like this and then walk them along roads. So you can see, you can get the general gist. So just walk him along roads before then pressing start, because now he's going to actually stick to the exact route. Okay, I've cut the corner slightly there. A little bit doesn't matter, but if he starts walking over buildings, it could be an issue. So as you can see, he's going to go to each spot. You're going to hatch eggs with this. It tells you how far you're traveling. So if you've got a 20k egg, you want to do this twice. It's then going to be over here. Realistic mode on this, again, it's just going to control the speed more than the actual route for you. Now, there are some cool functions here, one of them being GPX. If you used a different program before or just want to use this program, you want to save a route, you can do so and you can upload it into this software. Also, your history, so it will tell you exactly where you've been, so which is pretty good. And then, of course, you can favorite locations. So you can actually favorite routes and coordinates. So what you can do is actually, if I select a route now, so say this is my route, you can actually, when you click move here, you get this box here. Just click favorite up the top. You can name it. So Zaragoza, for example, or whatever you want it to be called. Click start. That will start moving. If you don't want to move, it's fine. You can cross it off, exit. But now in your favorites under routes, you've got Zaragoza. So you can view that route It will show you exactly where it is. You can copy the coordinates. You can do whatever you want with this route, and you can just keep going back to it. I would recommend exactly that, saving different locations. So the location we're at here, if we click it, so we like this street, for example, click save. It's going to go into your coordinates, Zaragoza. You can then view it wherever you are on the map. You can view it. You can literally travel anywhere. So let's move all the way over there. And what you're going to find now is if we go above here, you shouldn't see anything at all. But if we go into favorites, view it, it's going to show us exactly where it is. So here we go. So it literally just says, hey, that's where your route is. But now we're in the middle of Kazakhstan, and I don't really want to be in Kazakhstan because I don't think there's anything here. But we've covered a lot today on today's video. If you need any help at all, you want any guidance, want any advice, or you're stuck a little bit, join our Discord server. Don't forget, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. There'll be plenty more videos coming on this channel for Pokemon Go. Take care, everybody. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.